Hello sacred beings and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking all about blueprinters. I had no idea what this term meant or who they were, where they came from, and it just sparked my interest, and I thought maybe you guys would be interested as well. If you've watched my previous videos about star seeds, light workers, fairy origins, and if you haven't really resonated with them, you might be a blueprinter because they are a totally different soul group. So today we are going to be talking about blueprinters, what they are, the 6 different types of blueprinters, a little bit about them and their purpose, their traits, like how to know if you are one, and then a huge tip to save you a lot of money to find out if you are actually indeed a blueprinter. At the end of this video, I'm going to be giving you a sneak peek into the giveaway. Since we are only less than 20 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers, that was our goal when I started this channel. I really started focusing on YouTube about a year ago, so that is amazing. Thank you all new subscribers. If you are new here and you want to be part of this spiritual community growing together while on our sacred journeys, then make sure to definitely subscribe. But let's get started because we have a lot of things to talk about and your girl is excited. Okay, so first, what are blueprinters? Like I said, they are a soul group, but more specifically, they could be considered a starseed since they come somewhere other than Earth, but they are not a starseed. They are a different soul group, which we will talk about. They are extremely important because they have worked with Source, God, Spirit, the Creator, whoever you call that. They've worked directly with it to do the hands-on work to make things a reality here on Earth. They helped bring Source's idea of what Earth should be into fruition. I've read that if Earth is an experiment, they're the ones that worked with the Source to create Earth where we are right now. We would not be here if it were not for the hard work of the blueprinters. Most starseeds come here to learn life lessons and fulfill their mission or purpose, but blueprinters return to Earth or reincarnate here on Earth because they agreed to do a certain job that began thousands upon thousands of years ago. And they're continued to watch over and maintain their creations. This is done on an unconscious level, of course, because most blueprinters don't know they are a blueprinter until the end of this video of where you can find out if you are one. Even though they are not consciously aware of the work they're doing, they will have a conscious preoccupation or job or energy alignment with their particular creation. So we'll get more into what I mean by that. But in short, blueprinters basically helped create the beautiful Earth realm and the amazing earthly bodies that we are in. So thank you to all the blueprinters. So what are the 6 known subgroups of blueprinters? There's the blueprint originators, designers, technicians, translators, deliverers, and changers. So we're going to go a little bit into all of those. So if you want to know if you are a blueprinter soul and what your soul was responsible for creating here on Earth using your birth chart, then keep watching. Psych! You cannot use your birth chart. So I researched all this information to try to find you hardcore evidence being a blueprinter with markings in your birth chart like I've done with starseeds. But in fact, you cannot do that because there is not a known origin of where they came from. Like they don't come from a certain place. So there's no way to look in your birth chart if you're a blueprinter because they don't come from one place, if that makes sense. So the general traits, if you are a blueprinter and info about them, is since they're not from anywhere in human life, it translates to moving around a lot. So if you're a blueprinter, you might move around a lot. You don't feel attached to a certain place. Like if you move somewhere, you're like, I like this area, but it's not home. You're not attached to it and you just like moving. Kind of what I'm doing right now. They have traveled through the galaxy, which in human life is often translated to a passion for the sky. Since they've traveled so far in so many places, you might find yourself looking up at the night sky. You're interested in star systems, starseeds, science. You're interested in learning more about how the mind works. Blue printers show up in key moments of humanity to help with evolution. They also incarnate on Earth with the purpose to further evolve consciousness in the physical plane, as they are actually the ones responsible for putting consciousness in a physical body, which I thought was pretty cool. But let's get right into the 6 different ones. That was just some general info about them. The first one is the Blueprint Originators. They're the most rare to incarnate here at this time. So if you resonate with them, it is very rare that you are one. But at the end of this video, I will show you something that's going to save you a lot of money to see if you are a blueprinter. But basically, the originators are responsible for coming up with the overall concept of Earth, and they are the structural creators. So they basically built the blueprint of the Earth and the plans of the Earth. A couple traits, so if you resonate with what I'm about to say, you might be a originator. They have a extremely high consciousness. So there's only a few of them at a time on Earth. Typically, they reincarnate in powerful leadership positions or reach positions of fame, success, or importance by the age of 40s or 50s. They typically always reincarnate into a very wealthy environment. So if you have like family money from over the years, you might be an originator because they need money in order to actively promote consciousness on the planet. They have a profound understanding of humanity and how it works since they created it. They're visionaries, and it is rare to meet an originator as they work on a global level, and they concern themselves only with matters way beyond the day-to-day survival. So like people, like I think they were saying Oprah or Obama, people like that, like famous people who have a say and can actually make change and like use their money to do big projects might be originators. But basically, originators are the parents of humanity. They are very gifted with magical qualities and ancient wisdom. Let's move on to number 2, the blueprint designers. This is the second most rare after the originators. They're responsible for the color and beauty of the structure of Earth and the aesthetic aspects. These are the ones in charge of taking the originator's vision and making it beautiful. Some traits, if you are a designer, is you're highly creative, obviously, and artistic. You are always very busy creating, so you prefer not to engage with other people because you're just doing your own thing and focus on your project. They might create something that only they can understand, and they might struggle with the concept of earning money and normality. They don't always go into the arts, so creativity is more than that. They might start a business that is very new or that hasn't been done yet, that offers new methods and approaches. They may go into music or literature and create beauty that way. And of course, some designers haven't found their niche yet, so that is okay, but they are also visionaries and architects. Okay, moving on to number 3 are the blueprint technicians. So they are responsible for creating the technical and energetic systems in our bodies and in the environment around us. So basically, they are the creators of the grid, so the energetic grid that I've talked about in a previous video, using info from the designers. They will like work together to create the technical part while also making it beautiful. They're also responsible for creating the chakra system, since that is an energetic grid within our bodies, and they also work on mental grids. Basically, they are the ones in charge of implementing the originator's vision in the term of spiritual consciousness in the physical body. So a lot about the anatomy. So here are some traits that you might be a blueprint technician. You're highly mental and technical, highly intelligent, highly innovative in your field. They are not usually willing to question their own thinking. Like once you have a thought and you're like, no, this is right. Like I know, like they're the ones more tied up in humanity on a karmic level. The study of energy and anatomy comes very easily to you. Like you barely have to study it. You just understand it and you just have that knowledge. Like you don't know how you know these things that people go to college for. You just know. They also enjoy theories and abstract thinking. You are very detail oriented, like you may be an engineer, a doctor, but other than that, you can be an analyst, a philosopher, or even a musician, since you are very creative as well. Moving on to number 4, blueprint translators. You are responsible for the communication in all its forms. So very forward if you're a translator. This group upholds the part of the blueprint that is about balance. They remind other souls to balance the physical realm with the spiritual realm. Some traits that you're a translator, they are often both spiritually oriented yet really down to earth. So you are already balanced. You are great communicators, not afraid to speak your mind or in front of a large audience. You have no problem speaking in front of groups. You can relay messages that are easy for anyone to understand. You might speak different languages, so fluent in languages. You make friends easily because you're open and able to talk to strangers and relate with them. You're outgoing, you like to talk, sing, express yourself, and you might be a spiritual teacher. So you might be involved in yoga, Reiki, or even a counselor. Quickly moving on to number 5, which is very similar to translators. So if you're a translator, you might actually be a deliverer or vice versa. So deliverers are responsible for keeping us reminded and focused on divine love for ourselves and each other. Their role is to bring energies of compassion and love to the planet. They actually promote consciousness from within the human experience. They're also called messengers, so blueprint deliverers or messengers. Here are some traits that you might be one. You are highly socially active and you operate within the less conscious environments of our society. They help those who are unaligned with the original blueprint, and they help not so spiritual people see their true potential. They also help those who lost their sense of purpose or lost their way. You're always there trying to talk to people to get them back on track, to realize like the bigger picture of where we came from, who we are, like our purpose of being on this planet. You're very hands-on in your efforts to change the world. So you don't sit back and let someone do it. You're out there like in the field. You are very active when it comes to defending human rights and equality. So you might be out there protesting. You can exhaust yourselves trying to help people who do not want to be helped. And this is a big thing because you're going to attract a lot of people who need help and need to raise their consciousness, but most of the time they are not ready for that. So it's just saying don't exhaust yourself trying to help people who are not ready at this time. You tend to be very spiritual and interested in teaching others about spirituality. You have ancient wisdom and understanding of the original blueprint. So how humans are supposed to be, how we're supposed to just, be loving to each other and be one. You have a strong understanding of that, and you're trying to help people get back on track. You often work for charities or as social workers, and you bring the divine love through every interaction you have with others. So that is very beautiful if you're a deliverer and you have a big job of relaying the messages that need to be known at this time. Number 6 is the last one, the blueprint changers. So you are responsible for experience the difficulties and turmoil here on earth and to make suggestions of how to adjust things. Those who carry the codes of change when the grids are tainted. You are responsible for getting into body and carrying in the corrected codes and research where the codes are off and then send that to the rest of the team in order to correct them. Basically, you have to go through all the pain and bad experiences of humans to translate it to the team to see how to fix that, how to maybe help other people not have that happen to them. Your traits: you're a healer, a survivor who has incarnated into tricky situations in the past. As a result, you can use your experiences to help others heal, to help other souls heal. You could be living a heavy, trying life and feel abandoned or bitter. You often reincarnate in dark situations, so abuse, violence, slavery, human trafficking, or dealing with abandonment or victimhood. But you can use this and bring consciousness to these issues on the planet and try to fix them. You have the ability to really inspire others to change for the better, and you can find great success by embracing a cause. So, something that you've had to overcome yourself, embrace that in order to help others, and you are also immensely powerful. Those are the 6 blueprinters, but since we can't use our birth chart, really your intuition is the best way to know if you're a blueprinter. So same thing with everything else, you want to use your intuition. You don't need your birth chart, but in this case, we can't even use our birth chart. So you just have to use your intuition. If you resonated with any of the traits or qualities I went over, you're probably one of them. But they say the only way to know is to go into your Akashic Records. I looked up trying to get my Akashic Records read, and they are extremely expensive, which I understand because in order to get into your Akashic Records, just overview if you don't know what it is, it's going deep into your soul, and you can have access to everything your soul has been through, your past lives, your purposes, like your previous soulmates, your spirit guides, anything you want to know about yourself and your soul, where you came from, can all be accessed by going within. So these people who charge a lot of money, they've trained themselves to be able to tap into other people's soul and consciousness with their permission, of course, and then relay the messages. So I understand why it's expensive, but I'm just not one to throw down $900 or so for a reading that my soul already knows. So if you want to save some money and not go to a professional reader, you have to do the work. It's not going to be easy, but basically you need to meditate. And a lot of people struggle with meditation, myself included. So as I was researching this, I sat down. Well, first of all, I found it's a prayer to open up, like the Akashic Records, that you want to say, like after you're grounded and ready to meditate, you would say this message, and then instantly they say the records are open, and you just wait, or you ask your questions, you set your intention of what you want to know, and then the answers will come to you. And they come to you in different ways, whether it be colors, a voice, symbols, you have to figure out what they mean, things like that. But I used the prayer or message to open the Akashic Records. I was sitting down, grounded. I meditated, was quieting my mind, and I asked a question, and I did not get an answer. But your first try, you're not going to get an answer. You need to build a connection with your soul and yourself, and trust yourself that the messages will come. So I only did it for 5 minutes. And then there is a closing prayer to use at the end to close the Akashic Records as if it was a book. So I will link below this prayer. I want to start meditating more, and I will let you know if I have success in this. But this is what the professionals do in order to tap into your soul to get your info. So might as well save yourself some money, do the work, and really get connected to yourself in order to get the answers that you seek. So all that will be listed below. And then I want to recommend, if you want to know more, if you're a blueprinter, there is this website where you can learn all about your gifts, your purpose, your challenges in relationships, your challenges in career and finance, if you're a blueprinter, and your role here on Earth. So it's crystalwind.ca, Starseed series. It's linked below because it's a long link. The only one that's not in there is the Translators, but that's because they are very similar to Deliverers. So if you think you're a translator and you want more info, just read the Deliverers for that website. But now it is time for the giveaway information. This is just a sneak peek and how it's going to work. So I'm going to show you all the items. It's the biggest giveaway I've done because I am so happy and thankful for all of you guys, and I want to give back. But basically, I think I'm going to do my first short video where I will be telling you the rules of how to enter and how to potentially win the giveaway. So it's going to be in a short video here soon once we hit our goal of 1,000. But these are the items. So I'm gonna give away a tincture that I made. It's called Usnea, or lungs of the forest. It's good for respiratory, sore throat, things like that. And then a balm, dandelion salve. Well, it's actually a salve. It's a beautiful, it's my last one, but that's good for soy joints, pains, moisturizing of dry, cracked skin. I'm also going to give away a couple little knickknacks of crystals. So you're going to get these 3 crystals. You're also going to get a ring and a bracelet. This wire wrapped necklace that I made. So you get this necklace. You're also going to get this crown that I made, which is super powerful, beautiful, with agates. And then you're going to get this kit. It's to make your own spell candles, and it tells you in the cards how to make them. I also did a video, I'll link it above here just so you can see what I mean of what the candle is going to look like. But this is a very magical kit, like $19.99 on my shop, even though it's on sale. But I have one left, so after this I have one. So I'm giving away this to you guys. And lastly, this bag, which comes with a tarot deck. Well, actually, it's an oracle deck. Oops. Oh, my business card you'll get was in there. But it's called Crystal Oracle. These are the cards. Beautiful. And then the book tells you how to use it, so everything you need to know and what all the cards mean. But basically, it's crystals. So I just picked a card, and it's a type of quartz, rutilated quartz, and then you would go to your book to see what it means. So I'll just show you real quick. So rutilated quartz, vibrational healing, higher mind, reconciliation. You are subconsciously receiving loving vibrations and loving thoughts from someone connected to your past. An episode or conflict that hurt you emotionally is now being healed and reconciled by the power of forgiveness and unconditional love. Over the coming days, you may find yourself emotionally and mentally reciprocating this love as you reflect on a person or past event. Through this mutual exchange of love, past wounds are now energetically being healed, and all negative attachment resolved and released. So you could pick one a day, or do readings for others. So that is everything I'll be giving, but keep an eye out for that short video of how to enter. And then I will do another short video for the winner. So it's going to be 2 weeks long of people being able to enter. But I'm excited. Thanks for watching this video about blueprinters. I have found 11 new star seeds that I'm going to research and look to see if there's markings in a birth chart. So if you've not resonated with any of the star seeds I've talked about, I have 11 more I found that are going to be coming soon. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!